Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the news postcard on TayNinhTV with some last events in our province as well as nationwide. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of May the 29th in Hanoi, the leaders of the Taynan province had a working session with Sunroof joint stock company, the Sunroof Corporation. Attending the working section on the site of the Taynan province, there were Secretary of Provincial Party Committee, Chairman Provincial People's Council Nguyen Man Hùng, Standing Deputy Secretary Provincial Party Committee and Head of Provincial National Assembly Delegation Pham Hùng Thái, Acting Chairman of Provincial People's Committee Nguyen Hồng Thanh, members of the Standing Committee of the Provincial Party Committee, and leaders of a number of provincial departments and branches. Welcoming working with the delegation on the site of Sunroof Corporation, there were Mr. Đặng Minh Trường, member of the founding board, chairman of board of directors of the Verve, and the members of the board of directors of the Verve. At the meeting, Mr. Nguyễn Lâm Nhi Thùy, deputy general director of Sunroof in the southern region and general director of the Sun Joint Stock Company, reported on the progress of the projects being invested as well as the research orientation, proposing a number of new projects in Taynan province to create momentum for the development in the coming time. On behalf of the Verve's leaders, Mr. Đặng Minh Trường, chairman of the board of directors of Sunroof, sincerely thanked the leaders of the Taynan province for always paying attention, accompanying, and creating conditions for the Verve to effectively implement investment projects in Tayninh. Concluding the meeting, the Secretary of Provincial Party Committee, Chairman Provincial People's Council Nguyen Man Hùng, thanked the leaders of Sunroof for arranging the time to meet and work with the delegation. At the same time, acknowledged the proposal and recommendations of Sunroof at the meeting and assigned the Provincial Party Committee and the Provincial People's Committee leaders to direct to the relevant agencies to pay attention, support, and coordinate with the Sunroof to research, propose, and implement projects in a strict manner and in accordance with the law.
On the morning of May 30, Regiment Flight and the Division Flight Military Region 7 held a ceremony to celebrate the 60th anniversary of its traditional day. Attending the ceremony, there were Lieutenant General Nguyễn Trường Thắng, member of the Party Central Committee, Commander of Military Region 7, along with leaders of units, local authorities, and generations of officers and soldiers of the regiment. Regiment's flag was established on May 31st, 1965 at Brahhouse Stream Base, Yumito War Zone, and was one of the first main regiments born on the battlefield of the Southeast. After 60 years of building, fighting, and growing, the regiment has achieved many resounding victories in the resistance against the U.S., protecting the southwestern border, performing international missions in Cambodia, and protecting the fatherland today. With its great contributions, the regiments were honored to be awarded the title of Hero of the People's Armed Forces twice and received many noble orders and medals from Vietnam and Cambodia. Speaking at the ceremony, Lieutenant General Nguyễn Trường Thắng acknowledged and congratulated the achievements of Regiment Flight and requested Regiment Flight to continue to improve the quality of training and build a strong and comprehensive unit. On this occasion, Regiment Flight received a certificate of merit from the Minister of National Defense for its outstanding achievements in the 2023-2024 period.
And on the morning of May the 30th, the Department of Health coordinated with the Standing Committee of Provincial Youth Union to organize the launching ceremony of the Action Month for the Children in Taynan province in 2005 with the theme Prioritizing Resources to Accomplish the Goals for Children. Attending the event, there were Mr. Đỗ Hùng Sơn, Director of the Department of Health, Ms. Trịnh Thị Như Trang, Deputy Secretary of Provincial Youth Union, Chairwoman of the Taynan Provincial Youth Pioneers Council, and the launching ceremony aims to raise awareness of the importance of caring for, educating, and protecting the children, while focusing on preventing the negative impacts on the children in the current context, and it is also an opportunity for the children in difficult circumstances and ethnic minority children to interact, share, and spread their wishes. At the ceremony, 450 students and people in difficult circumstances from 9 district towns and Taynan City in the province received the meaningful gifts. And on the morning of May the 30th, the Labour Federation of District 1, Ho Chi Minh City, coordinated with the trade union of the economic zone, sponsors and local authorities to present the two union shelters to the workers significant circumstances with a total cost of 221 million Vietnam dong. The first house, worth for 101 million Vietnam dong, were presented to Missy Nguyễn Thị Ngân residing in Go Dao District, and the second one, worth for 120 million Vietnam dong, was presented to Missy Lê Thị Thu Hà residing in U Minh Châu District. Both houses were built with the support from the trade union organization, enterprises, and contributions from families. And ladies and gentlemen, in recent times, at the Reception and Resource Department of Hoa Thanh Thao, the resettlement and settlement of administrative procedures under the one-stop mechanism has had positive changes and become orderly and has been implemented in accordance with the regulations and procedures. The level of satisfaction of the people and businesses when carrying out administrative procedures at the state administrative agencies in the area has been increasingly improved. The team of officials and civil servants working in the Reception and Resource Department has been strengthened, consolidated, and has a close connection with the focal civil servants controlling administrative procedures, and thereby it has contributed to reducing the travel time of the people and businesses, increasing the rate of settlement of the records before the deadline on time, overcoming the overdue situation in settling administrative procedures. Accordingly, in the first 6 months of 2025, the Reception and Resource Department of Hoa Thanh Thao received over 2,000 records. The rate of records resolved on time before the deadline reached over 94%, and the work of receiving and handling feedback and recommendations from individuals, organizations, and businesses on administrative regulations was carried out seriously. Today came to us about the business registration and reception and contact stage. I found the staff very enthusiastic. I'm also old, so I'm not very familiar with information technology, but they supported me enthusiastically. And the waiting area I found suitable and the distribution was reasonable also. The procedures here are also transparent and clear. When I need to supplement documents, the staff also promptly handle it. Our paperwork is a bit complicated, but when we came here, I asked the staff here, especially the one at the counter number 3, to receive and show me step by step, so I feel very confident to follow and do it little by little, and I feel very satisfied with the staff here who welcomed and guided me. According to the evaluation results of organizations and individuals when coming to transact at the Reception and Resource Department of Hoa Thanh Thao, in the first 6 months of 2025, the satisfaction and very satisfaction rate reached nearly 93%. And through the recognition and evaluation of the people, it can be seen that the work of handling administrative procedures according to the one-stop mechanisms at the Reception and Resource Department of Hoa Thanh Thao has been and is promoting effectiveness, contributing to building a professional, modern, serving the people administration.
Continuously tightening for safety control on May 30, the interdisciplinary inspection team chaired by the Department of Industry and Trade of TayNinhTV Province was present in U Minh Châu District to conduct surprise inspections of a number of businesses. Kim Phượng Business Households located at Shop 18, Bình Linh Hamlet, Gia La Camille. Bảo Hưng Business Households located at Thuận Hòa Hamlet, Sumit Camille are the two establishments inspected this time. The content focuses on the following factors: storage conditions, labels, origin of goods, expiry dates, along with visual inspection of product quality. The team also compare invoice, import documents, and actual selling price with the market level to promptly detect counterfeit and poor quality goods. The inspection results showed that the establishments basically strictly comply with legal regulations, known as of trading in fake milk, an item that had been warned about were detected. Random inspections are a proactive solution to protect consumer health.
And on the morning of May the 30th, the Agricultural Extension and Agricultural Services Center organized a workshop of effective and biosafety free-range chicken farming techniques.
Free-range chicken farming is a traditional form of farming until the livestock industry has developed and moved towards concentrated and industrial farming. Free-range chicken farming will still exist in rural areas. The content of this workshop is raw. The content of this workshop revolves around the following issues: how to choose fresh suitable for local conditions, biosafety farming process to limit disease, techniques for using probiotics and herbs in farming. The workshop aims to guide farmers to master the techniques of biosafety free-range chicken farming, raise awareness of disease prevention. At the same time, introduce models and experiences in effective chicken farming, create connections between the Agricultural Extension Center and farmers.
Nearly 250 different costs, including the growing area cost and packaging costs, have been revoked and stopped operating. It is a sad number reflecting the reality of fruit in the yields of growing area costs and packaging costs, posing the need for effective management solutions for our country's dairy industry. According to data from the Department of Crop Production and Plant Protection, from May the 31st of 2004 to now, 141 growing area costs and 101 dairy packaging facility costs have been revoked by authorities due to violations in the management and yields. According to export enterprises, caught impersonation and caught fraud are common violations. Precisely, there have been many documents from businesses asking for help from ministry and branches, suggesting that our growing area costs have been used or that we have not exported any goods, but I still lost the quote. And these are violations and dishonesty in export. Business also believe that the chaotic situation in the yields of growing area costs is partly due to the lack of effective sanctions, and therefore the management agency needs to take corrective measures to ensure the transparency for the entire industry as well as fairness for the owners of the assigned costs. Whoever meets the regulation will stay in the game, and whoever does not comply with will be left behind. We do not have sanctions for being a dishonest trader, cheating in export, leading to our partners not knowing how we are managing Vietnam. Solving the problem of managing export costs has become even more urgent when recently the dairy industry has been approved by the Chinese market for more than 800 growing area costs and 131 packaging facility costs. However, whether or not we can seize this right opportunity to increase export to the market of 1.4 billion people depends largely on the responsibility of the management agency and the awareness of the producers. We will announce and thoroughly handle this violation to avoid affecting the reputation and brand of the industry. In addition to better control the growing area cost, we have also built a national database for owners of growing area costs, owners of packaging facility costs, and local authorities to register information about costs, areas, output, and owners, etc. on that basis. And between domestic management agencies and import management agencies, shipments from costs allowed for export are strictly managed. As one of the leading countries in the dairy industry, the area rented export standard cost in our country is still very modest, only about 20%. And this means that the room for files to be approved for the cost is still very large, and therefore to increase the area rented cost in the coming time, it is necessary to manage more closely to avoid the story of one distress on distress. And on the afternoon of May the 29th, the Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính heads of the Government Steering Committee on the Science, Technology, Innovation, Digital Transformation and Project 6 attended the event Digital Transformation of Banking Industry for the 4th of 2025 with the theme Smart Digital Ecosystem in the New Era. Speaking at the event, the Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính highly appreciated the State Bank of Vietnam and commercial banks for allocating a credit package of 500,000 billion Vietnam dong to serve infrastructure development and implement the Resolution number 57 on breakthroughs in science, technology, development, innovation, and digital transformation also. The Prime Minister suggested that the banking industry spend these credit packages with more preferential interest rates for the development of the country. And the Prime Minister also requested that the digital transformation of the banking sector must focus on creating better conditions for increasingly convenient connections between the banking sector, especially commercial banks, with the people, businesses, and the state, contributing to the development of digital government, digital society, and digital citizens. And on May the 29th, the Vietnam-Italy Forum on Cooperation in Developing the Semiconductor and Artificial Intelligence Industry took place in Hanoi, Vietnam. The event was organized by the National Innovation Center of ANC and the Ministry of Finance in coordination with the Italian Embassy in Vietnam and the European Department, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to promote the strategic cooperation between the two countries in the fields of semiconductors and artificial intelligence. The forum key discussed topics focused on the four pillars: the core industrial development policy, building an autonomous technology supply chain and public-private partnership model in research, training and technology commercialization, and business-to-business B2B connection. With a thriving innovation ecosystem in Europe, Italy is considered a strategic partner to help Vietnam access advanced technology, develop high-quality human resources, and participate deeply in the global value chain.
Thanh Hóa province currently has 82,000 hectares of spatial forest, of which the fauna has 1,911 species, including 94 endangered and rare species, along with the synchronous implementation of the solution to prevent the root cause of hunting, transporting, trading, and using wild animals.
Along with the synchronous implementation of solutions to prevent the root causes of hunting, transporting, trading, and using wild animals, protected areas and national parks have called for programs and projects mobilizing resources to preserve and conserve and develop the wild animals, with priority given to endemic and rare animals. Over the past 2 years, through the implementation of programs and projects, Puhu Nature Reserve National Park has discovered and recorded many new species of rare wild animals such as golden hoof deer and loud deer, big-headed turtle, mountain tortoise, and rare chickens and birds also. In particular, the unit has conducted research and bred some species such as white pigeon and golden cow chicken to release back into the natural forest. The reserve has implemented the promotion of propaganda and mobilization of the people to conserve the wildlife. In addition, in-depth with investigation and monitoring work also determines the distribution conditions and biological characteristics to protect the species and avoid the risk of extinction. In 2023, Sung Ling National Park brought back to 60 civet and palm civet breeds for experimental breeding in captivity, and up to now, civets and palm civets have begun to reproduce. And this success will help the units create a source of breeds to release into the natural forest, as well as explore and widely develop the model for the people in the buffer zone. In the future, to develop these species for people in the buffer zone, we plan to seek resources from domestic and international organizations so that we can transfer science, technology, and transfer breeds to develop the model. According to the Thanh Hóa Forest Protection Department, up to now, the conservation areas and national parks have been implementing more than 40 programs, projects, and scientific topics on wildlife conservation. And thereby, we have investigated, discovered, and added to the list of 25 mammal species, 58 bird species, and 14 reptile species, including the Nam Dong snake and 9 amphibian species. Conservation areas and national parks have also successfully researched and bred many types of wild animals such as spotted deer, jungle fowl, birds, etc. to release back into the natural forest.
And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.